The United States has made remarkable strides in strengthening border security by installing new barriers along its southern border with Mexico. Described as game-changing and innovative, these barriers are transforming America's approach to border control. With advanced technology and modern designs, they are more than just physical walls. They're part of a comprehensive security system. Border security has long been a top priority for the U.S., especially amid rising illegal immigration and drug smuggling. Since January 2025, President Donald Trump's administration has restarted border barrier projects, building on efforts from his first term. Executive orders issued on January 20, 2025, directed the Department of Homeland Security to construct temporary and permanent physical barriers to achieve complete control of the southern border. These new barriers aren't just steel walls. They integrate cutting-edge technology, including surveillance cameras, motion sensors, and lighting systems. Designed to deter illegal crossings, support Border Patrol agents, and enhance national security, this strategy has drawn widespread attention, with both enthusiastic support and concerns about environmental and social impacts. As of June 2025, the U.S. has hit significant milestones in border barrier construction. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, as of January 20, 2025, about 702 miles of primary barriers and 75 miles of secondary barriers stood along the southern border. These include 18 to 30-foot steel walls, anti-vehicle fencing, and temporary razor wire. From January to June 2025, an additional 50 miles of new barriers, both permanent and temporary, were built, focusing on areas like San Diego, Yuma, and the Rio Grande Valley. Notable projects include closing a 350-foot gap at Smuggler's Gulch in San Diego and installing steel panels in El Paso, Texas, as reported on April 30, 2025. In the Rio Grande Valley, new barriers cost an estimated $17 to $41 million per mile, depending on terrain. The U.S.-Mexico border spans about 1,954 miles, and the administration aims to complete 1,400 miles of continuous barriers by the end of its term, per Vice President J.D. Vance in a March 2025 CBS News interview. X posts reflect excitement about this progress. On June 19, 2025, Mercy Flucker wrote, "Border wall construction is speeding up while crossings hit historic lows." Another post from Dojai.gov on June 15th noted that the 2025 Border Wall Act redirected $2.1 billion from surplus funds to build 450 miles of new barriers, leveraging existing contracts to avoid delays. Construction is a coordinated effort among agencies like DHS, CBP, the Department of Defense, and private contractors such as Fisher Sand and Gravel. Projects were accelerated through environmental law waivers signed by DHS Secretary Kristi Noem in April and June 2025, bypassing regulations like the National Environmental Policy Act and the Endangered Species Act. These waivers minimize administrative delays, enabling faster construction in areas like Arizona and New Mexico. Technology plays a crucial role. Barriers are equipped with integrated surveillance towers using AI to detect movement, along with cameras, lighting, and patrol roads. The DoD has deployed 9,000 troops, including the Stryker Brigade Combat Team and Aviation Battalion, using Stryker vehicles and Black Hawk helicopters to support patrols. In San Diego, 500 Marines from Camp Pendleton joined construction and patrol efforts, as noted on February 3, 2025. X posts reveal a sharp divide in public opinion. Many support the barriers as a major step for border security. On June 16, 2025, Snow Eagle 14 shared a video titled "U.S. Border Progress, Border Wall Finally Completed," earning widespread positive engagement. Similarly, DHS.gov on June 17th highlighted President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill, funding more ICE agents and advanced barrier technology. However, groups like Wildlands Network raise environmental concerns. An April 2025 post from WildlandsNet noted barriers disrupt wildlife migration, like Mexican gray wolves and mountain lions, calling for wildlife passages. Some ex-users worry militarizing the border could infringe on privacy and heighten social tensions. The barriers have significant economic and social impacts. Economically, construction costs are high, with $10.7 billion spent from 2018 to 2020, largely from DoD funds after a 2019 emergency declaration. Barriers reduce crossings by 95% in areas like the Rio Grande Valley, per CBP in March 2025. Yet, Texas A&M researchers argue walls are less effective for long-term illegal immigration prevention. Socially, barriers curb crossings but spark controversy in border communities. In Texas, one-third of landowners refused construction on their property, causing gaps in the wall. This reduces effectiveness in areas like Laredo. Barriers also harm ecosystems, causing erosion and disrupting water flow, per a 2023 GAO report. Mexico has cooperated with the U.S. to reduce crossings, seizing 1,500 kg of fentanyl in March 2025, its largest bust ever. However, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum expressed concerns about border community tensions. International organizations like the United Nations urge the U.S. to ensure border measures respect human rights and the environment. The new border barriers installed in June 2025 mark a major step in U.S. border control efforts. With modern technology, military support, and rapid construction, they're reshaping security strategies. Yet, debates over costs, environmental impacts, and effectiveness persist. This article, with a neutral perspective and the latest data, helps you understand this transformative event. As projects continue, the story of borders, immigration, and security will remain a global focal point. This article draws on reliable sources and social media perspectives for a comprehensive view. For deeper insight, readers can refer to statements from DHS, CBP, or reports from Reuters, The Guardian, and WOLA.
What's your opinion on the impact of the border wall on local communities and the environment?
One, two, three, up! Place. Place. Go off the watch.
Hey Howard, you can remember that tool?
I was gonna hook it for that way, but yeah.
Sorry, I gotta do this.
anti-climb. Do you want to explain that?
So
the panels up there.
So it's one thing to figure out how to navigate the vertical post, but the transition at the top makes the climb orders of magnitude.
But I do want to work, you know.
The full border is 1,954 miles long, with 1,255 miles along the Rio Grande. With 1,255 miles along the Rio Grande.